Mr. Mayor, Mr. Ferris, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Frits Huffnagel and I'm the Vice Mayor of the city of The Hague. And a great honor has been conferred on me, and that is the privilege of sharing some thoughts to you on Martin Luther King Day Jr. Day 2010. I'm sorry. It is this day that everyone all over the United States commemorates the man who is recognized as one of the greatest champions ever of civil rights, equality, and non-violent resistance to injustice. And I feel extremely privileged to be here today in Atlanta to pay homage with you to this extraordinary man. For one thing, of course, because I am a great admirer of Dr. King and the ideals he held. But also I am here as the representative of The Hague, the city in the Netherlands, which is the seat of our country's democracy. And if I may say so, we've got a great mayor in The Hague, but you've got a great mayor in Atlanta as well. The Hague is also the international city of peace and justice. We in The Hague feel a special affinity with the body of thought that is Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy. The ties between the United States and the Netherlands are long and lasting. The Netherlands was the first country in the world to recognize the United States of America. The later President John Adams was the first American ambassador to the Netherlands, and he presented his credentials in The Hague on the 20th of April 1782. And not only was Adams largely responsible for the magnificent words of the Declaration of Independence, as Dr. King rightly described them in his most famous speech, Adams was also, on principle, an opponent on slavery at a time when many people had very different opinions on the subject. And since then, and above all during the past century, The Hague has evolved into the international city of peace and justice. After New York City, The Hague is the second UN city in the world. The only primary organ of the United Nations that is established outside New York is in The Hague, the International Court of Justice. Many men and women are working day in and day out in The Hague to bring about a more peaceful and a more just world in which conflicts are not settled on the battlefield, but in a court of law. In The Hague, people are seeking to achieve a world without chemical weapons, without ethnic cleansing. A world where the power of the law prevails and not the law of the strongest. A place where those who think they can flout the rules of international law are brought to account by the whole world. That is The Hague. And after meeting at the ceremony for the Dr. King Awards in the Netherlands, organized by Dutch Versity, you, Mr. Ferris, were our guest in The Hague as keynote speaker during the celebration of the International Day of Peace on September 21st. And the King Center for Nonviolent Social Change and the municipality of The Hague agreed at the time to jointly examine the possibilities of setting up a European King Center. And that center, and that's And that center in the future will hopefully function for all organizations in the European Union and Europe as a whole, which are committed to Dr. King, to his ideals and thought, to his memory, to his legacy, and his peaceful and non-violent struggle for civil and human rights, equality and peace, and against institutional and latent racism and segregation. And you will understand that The Hague feels exceptionally proud to be the host of the future European King Center. Martin Luther King Jr., to this very day, more than 40 years after his death, still inspires untold numbers of people, not only in the United States of America, but throughout the whole world. Anyone opening a newspaper or surfing the internet can see for themselves every day. His message was and still remains alive today. And there can never be enough people to continue to spread Dr. King's ideals and dream. And The Hague, the international city of peace and justice, is only too pleased to be your partner in spiritual integrity with all our hearts and all our soul. Thank you very much.